The sun has dipped below the skyline of New York City, and with it, the crime rate starts to creep up. But fear not, because Spider-Man is swinging into action, ready to save the day. You know how it is, right? Just when you think things are calm, danger can be lurking around every corner, waiting to pounce. So picture this: Spider-Man, fresh off a thrilling chase where he stopped a bank robbery, is gliding home. As he swings past an alleyway, he narrowly dodges a gigantic rat scuttling across the pavement. Gross, right? That's just another day in the life of our friendly neighborhood hero. As he navigates the darkness, he keeps his eyes peeled for any signs of trouble. Suddenly, he hears some strange noises coming from that very same alley. Is it just some wild animals, or is there something more sinister going on? Curiosity gets the best of him, and he decides to investigate. He lands on a nearby fire escape, creeping closer to the source of the sounds. As he peers into the shadows, he spots a dark figure moving in and out of sight. Whatever it is, it definitely seems to be in pain. Now, Spider-Man has a soft spot for anyone in distress after all. He's all about helping those in need. So, he takes a deep breath and steps into the alley, determined to figure out what's going on. But just as he approaches, the figure lunges out of the shadows, knocking the wind out of him. Talk about a surprise! Spider-Man stumbles back, narrowly avoiding a set of snapping jaws. Yikes! The creature snarls, revealing rows of razor-sharp teeth, and growls, "Stay away. I don't want any more trouble." Whoa, this guy means business. But Spider-Man isn't one to back down easily. Who are you? He demands, a mix of confusion and concern in his voice. Why are you attacking people? The monster lets out a frustrated roar, clearly agitated. You wouldn't understand, he says, slumping down onto a nearby trash can. At this point, Spider-Man is starting to feel a mix of sympathy and intrigue. All you would do is hurt me. Just then, the monster winces, pain flashing across his face. Spider-Man's eyes narrow as he notices something strange. This creature's skin is turning blue, and his clothes are smoking slightly. What on earth is going on here? Are you sick or something? Spider-Man asks, genuinely concerned. The monster shakes his head slowly, trying to brush it off. It's nothing you need to worry about, he mutters, attempting to hide his face. But Spider-Man isn't buying it. Something's definitely wrong, and he's determined to get to the bottom of it. Suddenly, the monster looks up at Spider-Man with pleading eyes. Please, he begs, don't tell anyone what you saw in here tonight. That hits Spider-Man hard. He can sense the desperation in the creature's voice, and it tugs at his heartstrings. But before he can respond, the monster leaps off the trash can and bolts away into the night. Spider-Man watches him go, feeling a mix of confusion and concern. Should he follow? A nagging feeling tells him that he might be walking into a trap. After a moment of contemplation, he decides to trust his instincts and stay put. As he waits, he tries to piece together what just happened in that alley. Who was that monster, and why did he want Spider-Man to keep their encounter a secret? Just then, Spider-Man's spider senses start tingling, and he knows something big is on the horizon. Sure enough, a loud crash echoes through the night, sending a jolt of adrenaline through him. He turns his head toward the commotion and spots a familiar figure standing atop a nearby building. It's the monster from the alley, but now he's glowing with electricity. Spider-Man's heart races as he realizes who this villain really is. It's Electro. That's right, folks, Electro has returned to New York City, and he's ready to wreak havoc. Electro takes a moment to soak in the sights and sounds of the city. It's been ages since he's been here, and so much has changed. But one thing remains constant, his insatiable thirst for power. With a snap of his fingers, Electro causes all the lights in the city to flicker. You can practically feel the fear radiating from the streets below, and he is feeding off it like it is the best meal he has ever had. He's ready to take over the city, and he knows everyone will submit to his power. But Spider-Man isn't about to let that happen. Swinging into view, he lands on the rooftop, eyeing his electrifying foe. "Not so fast, Electro," he says, trying to sound confident despite the tension in the air. Electro turns around, a grin spreading across his face. "Ah, Spider-Man," he says, his voice dripping with mockery. And just like that, Electro lunges at Spider-Man, sending bolts of lightning crashing toward him. Talk about a shocking welcome. Spider-Man quickly webs up the wires and streetlights in the area, using them as a safety harness to swing away from Electro's attacks. He flips and twists through the air, narrowly avoiding the bolts of electricity zipping past him. Finally, he lands on another rooftop, ready to face his enemy head-on. Electro stands before him, crackling with energy, and Spider-Man can feel the tension in the air. "Come on, Spider-Man," Electro taunts. "Let's see if you can dodge my attacks forever." With that, Electro blasts forward with super speed, launching bolt after bolt of lightning. Spider-Man is in full-on acrobat mode, flipping and twisting through the air, narrowly avoiding each electrifying attack. He knows he has to think fast if he wants to come out on top. As he lands, he scans the area for something he can use to fight back. Spotting a nearby fire hydrant, Spider-Man shoots a web toward it, yanking it free from the ground. With a determined grin, he swings the hydrant around like a club, smashing it into Electro's chest. The impact sends Electro staggering back, his body sparking with electricity. "You think that hurt me?" Electro scoffs, sarcasm dripping from his voice. "That's nothing compared to what I can do." With a growl, Electro lunges at Spider-Man again, but this time, he's too quick for him. Spider-Man sidesteps and sends a web shooting toward Electro's face, the sticky substance slowing him down just enough to give Spider-Man the opening he needs. In one swift motion, Spider-Man sends another web flying toward Electro's legs, tripping him up and sending him sprawling onto the ground. Electro struggles to get up, but Spider-Man keeps him grounded with a barrage of webs. "Give up, Electro," Spider-Man says, his voice steady. "You can't win." Electro growls in frustration, but deep down, he knows Spider-Man's right. He's beaten, and as the cops close in on him, ready to take him away, he glares at Spider-Man. "This isn't over, Spider-Man," he warns. "One day I'll be back, and when I am, you won't be able to save yourself." Spider-Man just shakes his head, unfazed by the threat. He's heard it all before, and he knows Electro will be behind bars for a long time. For now, he's safe, and that's what matters. Once Electro is gone, Spider-Man climbs onto a nearby rooftop, taking a moment to look out over the city. The first rays of sunlight start to peek over the horizon, and he can't help but feel a sense of accomplishment. He's made the city a little safer tonight, and that's a win in his book. As the sun rises, the citizens of New York begin to stir, going about their daily lives, blissfully unaware of the danger that lurked in the shadows just hours before. To them, Spider-Man is nothing more than a myth, a bedtime story meant to keep kids from wandering the streets at night. But Spider-Man is very real, and he's always watching over them. He stands atop a tall building, his spider senses tingling, feeling the pulse of the city and the hopes and dreams of its people. And he knows they need him. Spider-Man may just be a guy in a mask, but to the people of New York, he's a hero. And heroes always return home. So there you have it, folks. Another night, another victory for Spider-Man. But let us not forget the valuable lesson we learned today. No matter how dark things seem, there's always hope. And if you listen closely, you might just hear the faint sound of a spider's web being spun. That means there's always a hero watching over you, even when you can't see him. And hey, if you enjoyed this thrilling tale of good versus evil, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more action-packed adventures. Until next time, stay safe and remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Oh boy, here we go.